Good afternoon, Holmes Road Church of Christ. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. After battling the birds last week, I think I'm going to work inside today, and maybe it'll go a little better. I hope you're having a great week, and we will hope to see you soon. But just a little devotional thought to spur you along your way this week. I hope it encourages you. These days, there are superhero movies everywhere you look. And it just seems like every week there's a new superhero movie coming out. All these Avenger movies, and I mean, there's just so many of them. I can't even keep track of how many they were. But when I was young, I just remember there were very few superhero movies. But that's why when one came out, it was so incredibly special, because there just wasn't many of them. And we all remember Christopher Reeve before he had his accident, and he was to me, he was the original Superman. I mean, his movies were great. But my favorite Superman movie of the Christopher Reeves era was the second one, the Superman 2. It was a sci-fi classic, and it was my favorite of those Superman movies, Superman 2. It was an interesting movie because Superman wasn't just fighting Lex Luthor or one other guy. There were 3 Kryptonian criminals in Superman 2. They were on a mission to use their extraordinary powers to destroy everything good on Earth. If you remember that movie, they had the 2 guys, General Zod and the big strong guy, and then the woman that was there. So it was kind of 3 against 1. And in that movie, if you remember, they destroy the Eiffel Tower, and they lift the rotunda off of the White House, and the whole world was trembling in fear. And here comes Superman to the rescue, if you remember that movie. And what was so interesting about that movie was General Zod and the other 2, those 3 Kryptonian criminals, they originate from the same planet that Superman came from. And so they were equal in their superhuman powers. And they were equal with Superman. And so it was 3-on-1, but yet there was 3 of them equal powers against just the one. But in an effort to get the upper hand over Superman in that movie, the leader of the criminals, General Zod, he was watching Superman as they were fighting. And I remember they discovered Superman's weakness. Do you remember what they said in the movie? Can you remember? General Zod was watching Superman, and he said this phrase at the end of the movie. He said, "He actually cares about the people." You remember that? That was Superman's weakness. That's what they saw in Superman, to gain an advantage over him. And so therefore General Zod focused all of the assaults on putting people in danger rather than buildings or historical landmarks. And in so doing, they had a good time. They were smiling and laughing, watching Superman frantically race from here to there to save people from all of the danger that they were putting them under. And as I was watching that just recently, I was watching just the past week, last Saturday, they had that old Superman movie. I was watching it again, and it just reminded me, and I started thinking, isn't that what Satan tries to do to us? He seeks to hit us at a time when our greatest weaknesses are vulnerable. He attacks us from multiple sides at the same time. He zeroes in on us when we are the weakest, perhaps at the time of tragedy, or when we're weary from overwork and stressed out and under significant pressure. That's when he attacks. He attacks when we are feeling lonely or feeling down. Satan wants us to be bouncing back and forth, thinking we can't possibly plug every hole in the dam. Satan wants us to give up. Fortunately, we can trust in a loving God who, like Superman, so to speak, he cares deeply for us. Jesus' goal is to save as many of us as he can, and he accomplishes that through love. Love will always defeat the enemy. Our God is not a fictional comic book character like Superman. Superman is portrayed as looking like a human with tenuous superhuman qualities that can be weakened by the mere presence of kryptonite. Jesus experienced pain while living here on earth, yet never weakened. Jesus taught us that strength is to love others and to serve others. That's what Jesus taught us. The criminals from Krypton, they viewed love as a weakness. They saw Superman had love for people and they saw it as a weakness. But Jesus said love is the greatest strength. In comic book stories, somehow the good guys win, always win in the end, right? They make the storyline look like it's a hopeless situation. But then through some miraculous power, they turn it all around and end up winning. And the Bible makes it clear that Jesus wins in the end. And it's never a hopeless situation. Love conquers all. General Zod and Satan, they all misjudge the power of love. That's Satan's problem. That was General Zod's problem in the movie. Love will win. That's what 1 Corinthians 13:7 is all about. In 1 Corinthians 13, verse 7, it says, love never gives up. It never loses faith. It is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Superman was a one-man army fighting evil in the world against all the evil that could come his way. As a child of God, you never face the devil alone. We never have to face the devil alone. God tells us in Isaiah chapter 43, in verses 2 through 3, he says, I've called you by name. You are mine. When you go through deep waters and great trouble, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. Love is the bond of people with their Savior. It is the strength that helps us to overcome obstacles and achieve victory. That is the message for you this morning, or this afternoon, on this Wednesday afternoon. And I hope it blesses you. And I hope that you will always remember that love is not a weakness. And it wins and it overcomes all. See you soon. Bye-bye, Holmes Road.